Hi, guys. So, we're going to talk about something every student struggles with, and we're going to talk commas. Commas, you know, are a problem with some of you. So, we're going to hopefully clear some mistakes up. Okay, so here we go. There's a few rules. We're going to go through the comma rules. Okay, so rule number one. Rule number one, you could use a comma after an opener. When I say opener, I mean like something that's starting the sentence off. So broken and bruised, comma, Robert called it a day. My independent clause is Robert called it a day. This broken and bruised, that's like a phrase as an opener. So I set it off. How about a complex sentence with a dependent clause starting it off? I see because. Because Julia had a sore throat, comma, she couldn't sing the solo. She couldn't sing the solo, that's my independent clause. You use a comma after or to set off an interrupter, interrupters, like in the middle of the sentence. Something's in the middle. So William, in fact, made the team, made the all-star soccer team. You don't really need, in fact. The sentence would work without it. But setting off this interrupter is necessary with commas. Another example. Timmy, the smallest boy in the class, bullied my sister. So we have the smallest boy in class. That's my interrupter. I don't need it. Timmy bullied my sister. That's my independent clause. You also use commas, rule number 3, with a closer. So something's at the end of the independent clause. So here's my sentence. The screen was coming away from the screen door in one corner. I could put a period right there after corner, but I don't. I have a gerund phrase as a closer, comma, curling away from the metal frame like a leaf. Here's another example of a closer. There sat Steve. This is a very short independent clause. There sat Steve, comma, blissfully unaware of the chaos he created. That's my closer. So the closer is when you have the independent clause coming first. Rule number 4, you use a comma to set off items in the series, like a list. So getting to school on time, doing all of my assignments, and behaving in class are all the things I could do to ensure success. So I have to put a comma between the items in a series, like a list. Number 5, use a comma with fanboys. And I know you know that for a compound sentence. So I'd love to help with your project, comma, but I'm busy. So we have 2 independent clauses and a comma fanboy, compound sentence. Another one, Gary will turn his project, comma, or he will flunk the class. Another comma fanboy connecting 2 independent clauses. Rule number 6, with quotes. So this is an area you guys need a little bit of help. So you open quote, you have a comma to always separate the quote from the rest of the sentence. In this case, it's demanded Stevie. So wait, comma, demanded Stevie, comma, you can't leave yet. Notice there's a comma after this quote and after the Stevie, after the sentence here. You always separate a quote with a sentence and you tuck it inside the quote. Okay, here, not here, because he didn't say Stevie. He said, you can't leave yet. Another example. Jerry said, comma, I want some birthday cake. So notice it goes right after this said. You have to always separate the quote from the rest of the sentence with a comma. Number 7, last one, with dates and addresses. So I know you know this, but the United States was attacked on September 11th, comma, the comma always goes after the day. Never the month, guys, always the day. And then lastly, with addresses, I lived at 51 Whitmar Drive, comma, Hammond, comma, Louisiana. So you have to put a comma between the street address, the city, and the state, okay? So we're gonna be working with these comma rules throughout our next few warm-ups.